Hello everybody, my name is Amit Weisberger. I live in France, originally from Israel, and I will play you now the Nigunim number 22 from the Bergovski Tish Nignim book, volume 4. This is a part of a big project of recording 158 Nigunim from this book, with many others Klezmer violinists all around the world, and I'm happy to be one of them, part of this project. This Nigunim number 22 was recorded on a cylinder, wax cylinder, with a phonograph in Kremenets, Volyn region in Ukraine, in the year 913, and the number of the cylinder is K685. I've learned this tune from my colleague Jérôme Bloch, an accordionist I work with for many years. Much easier for me to learn by ear than from scores. So I will play you the version of Jérôme, and then we will talk about the score on the Nigunim we'll play, and we'll talk about the style, harmony, rhythm, etc. So, you can hear I tried to play the second voice at the second part. This is coming quite naturally in this kind of melodies in this modus. So it's very typical. It's the terz, the third that we play. I played it below, but if I will sing it, because we have to remember those rather song vocal repertoire, I will rather sing the high at the higher register. So we don't harmonize everything, but some bits here and there. It can be nice. And the structure is a very typical Hasidic structure, so A, B, C, B. So we play the B, the second part is repeated each time before going back to the A part, to the beginning. For the harmony, we have, in this case, it is written in G. I played it in G also, so it is G minor, and we have B flat major, C minor, and F major, and also the D major. So those are, especially the four first chords, are typical. Also, we hear them in the Kalbesetzen, kind of to make the bride cry just before the chuppah. We use also these four chords, which are really beautiful, give us something very, very sweet, nostalgic, and sometimes give us also the feel to cry like the bride. But it's not necessarily a slow, nostalgic or sad melody. It really depends how you interpreted it. I did it a little bit like this, as a dveikus nigun, as yes, devotional, so nostalgic, meditative or melancholic, a little bit tune. But when you look at the scores, and here it's very becoming interesting, you can see that Bergovski, who collected and wrote down the notes, he wrote that this is on the rhythm, the tempo is 116, so much faster, and we can imagine it rather like a mazurka. So etc., etc. So the rhythm, the tempo, so not the rhythm, but the tempo, if you change the tempo, it's changed completely the character of the nigun. It's becoming almost another tune. And some other people already talked about it before me, and you can watch, for example, the show of Jack Schulman Ment. He talked a lot about it. It's very interesting. Harmony, structure, yes. Something about ornaments, because many people ask about this. When you learn by ear, it's easier to hear where are the ornaments. If you only have the scores, although Bergovski pay attention and sometimes he write down, here there is a trill, here he write the little notes that can, yeah, other ornaments, but sometimes you have to really understand the style in order to interpret it correctly. For example, in the second part it is written so those 16 parts, air and actually are not really 16 parts, especially if you play it fast as a mazurka. It will become what we call in Klezmer music the krechts. So this ornament so you understand that where it is written like this 16 parts on the first, on the strong beat, then it's rather probably a krechts rather than a 16 parts. So all those things we have to be very careful when we learn from scores, and we really have to imagine how it was, because it's a vocal repertoire, how it was sang, how people sang it, and then we get the idea sometimes of the ornaments that we need to use. I will finish with playing it again with the harmonies this time. The harmony, of course, many different ways to harmonize it. There's no one way. You can make it more or less simple or complicate. I did it rather simple, and I will sing it and play it with this rhythm of Dobredin. So pam 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 pam. Yeah, I didn't repeat the second parts, but normally you repeat the second parts after the third. Yes, thank you, and see you in the next Nigunim.